Okay, so I've been contemplating for the last couple of days whether I want to cover this or not. I've been contemplating whether I need to cover it, whether I'm done covering it, but news just keep coming out and I figured I'll go ahead and just give you guys an update. So as of right now, Caitlyn Jenner is backing Dave Chappelle. Caitlyn Jenner came out and says, where's the tweet? Dave Chappelle's 100% right. This isn't about the LGBTQ movement. It's about the woke cancel culture run amok, trying to silence free speech. We must never yield or bow to those who wish to stop us from speaking our minds. And I agree. I agree. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about cancel culture trying to stop free speech. And apparently the community is split on whether she should be supporting Dave Chappelle. Some people from the community, LGBTQ community, are supporting her, saying, you know, good for you. And then other people are canceling her or trying to cancel her, saying she comes from a position of privilege and that she has no reason to be speaking. All right, so back to this. Her statement divided social media users, with some accusing the former Olympic decathlete of speaking from a position of privilege. It's quite an utterly privileged position you're in to say you're not affected by the blatantly transphobic things David said in his special. Now, okay, and they continue. We're not canceling David, rather we're holding him accountable for what he said. Listen, I said it before, I've said it in the other coverages that I've done of this. Listen, everybody's gonna get something different out of this. Everything that Dave Chappelle said, yes, they were jokes, but there are different undertone meanings to everything. And I think most of the people who are speaking on this haven't even watched the full special. They haven't seen the whole entire thing. And if they haven't seen it, then how can you open your mouth and say something about it? I say go watch it and then see if you could actually understand what he is trying to convey and the messages that he's trying to convey. But Caitlyn Jenner is backing him up. I agree. Is she in a position of privilege? Maybe. She's you know, she's rich. She was named Woman of the Year. So is she in a position of privilege to say what she's saying? Sure, but then why are you guys trying to cancel her? She's part of your community. So wouldn't you be accepting of her personal views instead of trying to cancel her? But I'm gonna leave that there. You tell me what you think. So I'm gonna continue because now the trans employee who was fired by Netflix says that they do not want the Chappelle special taken down. And here's what they're saying. Former Netflix program manager B. Pagels Minor was let go earlier this month for sharing confidential, commercially sensitive information outside the company that was published in a Bloomberg article. Pagels Minor has stated that they believe Chappelle's special should still be available on the streamer's platform amid backlash over comments he made about transgender women in the special. So that's one of the things that I think has been most misconstrued. People who talk about wanting the concept to come down were pretty much all external individuals. They were not internal Netflix employees. One of the things that happens when you're on Netflix employees is that you understand the cultural value of Netflix. Taking down the special was not a demand from the internal team because that would have went against the cultural values of Netflix. That the ask was always quite simply, how the heck we lower the amount of harm that this type of content creates. There's a few different ways to do that. One aspect is to make sure that you're actually creating a trans affirming content. The second thing is also potentially ensuring that people understood the content in this special would be considered transphobic or homophobic, so people are aware these are all reasonable demands. Now, I don't have a problem if you want to put something at the beginning of the TV. I think it's stupid, or the show, right? I think it's stupid. I think like all these little inserts that have been added to certain movies you know, to let people know that there's sensitive, you know, material that is no longer part of this modernized world or whatever, or something in those realms. I think that's the most idiotic thing that anybody can put on anything. And it's because of this butthurt generation that we're having to do that. If people don't understand that TV content is fictional, right? Then why are you watching it? Go back to school, learn something, understand the world. Everybody has a different point of view. If you need something at the beginning of a show to tell you, hey, this is gonna hurt you, or this is gonna hurt your feelings, then you have no concept of the real world. That is an American way of viewing the world, that you feel privileged that you need that. The rest of the world doesn't care. To be honest with you, the majority of the people don't care. The majority of the people don't give a damn about the sexual orientations of people and genderizing. They just want to go on about their business and go on about their days and be done with it. So again, I don't want to hear this whole, you know, oh, we don't want the special taken down. I understand that maybe the person who was originally fired doesn't want that, but the rest of the community wants that. They want the special taken down. I don't think that they should take it down. I don't think it should ever be taken down. It's considered free speech, like Caitlyn Jenner said, and people are allowed to free speech. You just don't have to listen to it if you choose not to, but that's on you. So I'm going to continue also, because another person that was very big on the activists for the Dave Chappelle, and they were out there walking with, you know, the rest of the movement trying to cancel this. And this person was out there in all white. She's been called out. She's been called out because of her tweets in the past against Asians and other ethnic groups. And I'm not going to get too deep onto it here, because her whole excuse, what's her name? Ashlee Marie Preston. Her whole excuse is that because she's part of the marginalized community, that she is able to, you know, call out and say what she can. So she's basically, you know, excusing her tweet. She's practically not taking account. So you can't try to cancel people for what they say, but then you're okay saying with what you say. So I'm going to go to this tweet here, which kind of highlights some of the things that Ashlee Marie Preston has said in the past, and how this is something that should come back to bite her in the butt. And if you're part of cancel culture, you should be wanting to cancel her. So if you're willing to come after Caitlyn Jenner, you should be willing to come out and come back and try to cancel Ashlee Marie Preston. You should. You can't say cancel Caitlyn Jenner for backing Dave Chappelle, which is basically just backing free speech. But then you don't want to say the same thing about Ashlee Marie Preston. Now, again, I don't really care. Ashlee Marie Preston might have said some of these things. It's free speech. She's allowed to say it. I'm not going to say to cancel her. I'm not going to read all of this, but I can see that you guys can see that one there. But I'm going to go to this other one, which are some of her past tweets. And you can look at some of this, right? And I'll read, you know what? I'll read a couple of these. Asian hoes act like they won't get karate chopped. They mother throat. What is this hoe start staring at? Mind your beeswax. Now I'm trying to censor myself on some of the stuff that I'm reading. Latino and Asian businesses need to stop being rude and disrespectful, effing disrespectful. And I know it's a lot to ask in CA, California, but speak effing English too. Now, I don't know about you, and I understand that English is the adopted language of the United States, but there's just as many Spanish speaking people here. So why don't you learn a second language? Why don't you learn a second language? That's all I'm going to say. It doesn't have to be English. It could be Mandarin, could be Japanese, could be French. I mean, you glorize English, and And it's fine that you speak one language, but most multilingual people have to think in two languages, and they're able to speak in two different languages, and they're able to have conversations in two different languages, and they're able to switch it just like that, back and forth. What can you do? Speak English and bad English? No, wait, what can you do? Speak bad English and badder English? Ooh, I just said badder. So what can you do? But anyways, I'll keep going. Another darn Asian almost hit me while crossing. What the F is this with y'all and darn vehicles? I have an idea. And then they puts a link there. And then this, she continues, this Asian N in Subway got fat ass. He almost looked like bitch from behind. Just broke my phone on this Asian B's head. I have Asian friends, but they some mother effing weirdo, hashtag weirdo sometimes. Almost got hit by an Asian in a BMW as I crossed the street. Yes, I know what you mean, but the important thing is that we didn't say it. So I'm gonna stop. Anyways, I suggest you go and read some of these tweets. But like I was saying before, if you want to cancel Caitlyn Jenner for free speech, then you should want to cancel Ashlee Marie Preston. Just saying. Just saying. And for those of y'all who don't know, she was completely dressed in white during the Netflix media walkout and made a big scene and big thing about it. And she was one of the main speakers about that. And I think she was also one of the ones that co-sponsored the walkout, or was helping with the walkout to organize it. I shouldn't say co-sponsor, co-organized the walkout. So again, you know, everybody's entitled to free speech, but some of the stuff that she says on here, that's hate speech, just to say. And this is just a few of the tweets. She's got others, but if you know, if you don't want to cancel her, then keep your mouth shut about what Dave Chappelle said, and keep your mouth shut about Caitlyn Jenner, you know, agreeing with Dave Chappelle and backing him. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. So let's move on from here. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. Also, leave your comments below. If you want to chat about any of these topics or any others, consider joining my live stream during my 1-hour pre-gaming news recap. I'm Eric the Inadequate, and until next time.